Hey, what's up guys? It's Joe here with the brand new Bunn Gear Command Center mobile DJ booth. And I want to talk to you about something today. The number one question that I get asked all the time is, can the controller stay in the top to save me setup time? Well, the answer is yes. But Bunn Gear will not be responsible for any controllers in this situation. But I'm going to show you how I did it, and so you can do it if you'd like to do it. We're not saying do it, we're not saying don't do it, but we're saying we're not responsible for your controller. But this is a way to save on setup time. So let's take a look at some of the things that you need to pull this off, all right? You're gonna need a couple of power strips, hopefully that look better than that. You're going to need the heavy duty industrial strength Velcro, the good stuff. White or black, it doesn't matter. The good stuff though. Don't get the cheap stuff, get the industrial strength. You're gonna need some of these. These are called mounting squares. You're gonna need some of those. You're gonna need a bag of one of my favorite things, zip ties. If we make this loom piece that makes things even faster, you'll need a piece of this plastic loom. You can get that in any car stereo shop. You're also gonna need one of these. It's called a deck saver. You can get these online at most gear places, and they are made specifically for the type of controller that you have. So this is a Pioneer DDJ SX3. As you can see, it fits snugly over the top of that. And the final piece you'll need is just a 10-foot utility strap. Not a ratchet strap, but something that just gets tight with one of these kind of buckle type clamps like that. Dope. All right guys, so I took the lid off and let's see what I did inside to make this controller be able to stay in here. So first thing I did is I mounted my microphone right over here on the left. And again, what I did is I used the heavy duty Velcro. I put it right down here on the rail, and then I put it right along this side as well, and then I pushed down on this. The other thing you'll see I've done is taken the microphone and hooked it up to the optional antenna kit that you can buy at bunngear.com. Check that out. All right, so the next thing I did was I took the lid and I placed it on top, and then I centered my controller inside the inner rectangle. I then took a Sharpie and marked the back where it sits on the rails, and then also the front where it sits on the rails, so that I knew when I took it up exactly where it was sitting and exactly where to put my strips of Velcro on these rails underneath. The next thing I did was put the controller in it, put it down on those Velcro strips, press down to make a good connection, and we're good to go there. The step after that I did was I installed 2 power strips right behind the controller, and they could have been on the sides or anywhere, but I put 2 of them side by side. They're chained together there. The last thing that I did is I took 2 extension cords and I shortened them to make 2 short 4-foot extension cords with the female end coming out down here. I also took my XLR cables, these are 5-footers, and made them coming out of the mixer, and then my actual power strip is this right here. So now what I've done is I've created this loom that when I'm done at the end of the night, I can just pull it up from through the rack, lay it in the side, and take this whole top off and put it in the bag. All right, so let's say it's the end of the night. I've pulled my loom here up. I've laid it in the side of the rack over here. I'll take my lid. I'm gonna put that back on. And then I'm gonna get my strap, and I'm gonna go all the way around. And again, you've got your deck saver up here. Tighten down on it. Not too crazy, but just tight enough. Last thing I'm gonna do is take my thumb screws out right up under here. I'm gonna pick this thing up, put it in its bag, and show you that it works. So I've got my screws off underneath. We're gonna pick it up now, and then we would put it in the bag. Let's see here. Go over here. So as you can see, the controller is riding in there. We're pretty much vertical here. You can pick it up using these bridges here on the inside if you want. And then we're basically gonna just put it down inside our bag. Unfortunately, we don't have our bags yet, so I can't show you that. But even still, you know, you've got your deck saver on here. You've got your lid still on here. I mean, technically, we could even flip it completely upside down. The only thing you're hearing in there is that loom rattling around, or maybe my iPhone charger, but pretty much we're completely upside down right now. So as you guys see, there is a way to allow the controller to ride inside. Again, Bunn Gear accepts no responsibility for whatever you do to modify your booth. And it's also going to depend on the type of controller and the size of controller you have. Obviously something like the Reign 12 and the Reign 70 or the 72 setup is not going to work, but something like this Pioneer DDJ SX3 works perfectly. So take a little bit of time, make it work, and it'll make your setup even faster.